popular opinion and belief among many in the corporate learning industry and teaching profession has long held the idea that students have a natural preference for a specific learning style. While there are a number of theories around just what constitutes a learning style, one of the most common and widely adopted is known as VARK. VARK holds that people have a learning preference that is either visual, auditory, read-write, or kinesthetic, although it also states that some individuals can be multimodal, having a preference for more than one style of learning. The VARK website actually makes the claim that your VARK preferences can be used to help you develop additional effective strategies for learning and for improving your communication skills. However, on the other side of this argument are those who claim there is little to no evidence to back up these kinds of claims. Doug Rohr, a psychologist at the University of South Florida, is one researcher who's been looking more closely at these theories of learning style recently. He's found little to no evidence to back up many of these theories. In a 2011 NPR interview, he stated, "We have not found evidence from a randomized control trial supporting any of these, and until such evidence exists, we don't recommend that they be used." In investigating learning styles, part of the challenge is in agreeing on a definition of just what is meant by learning styles. While we briefly looked at the VARK model, it's just one of many ways of trying to measure or quantify how people learn. According to Dr. James Witt, Auburn University Associate Professor of Adult Education, there are several types of learning styles. These can include cognitive, how we think about learning; affective, how we feel about learning; and perceptual, how we perceive our environment and how that relates back to learning. So when people talk about someone being a visual or auditory or kinesthetic learner, they're actually talking about a perceptual learning style. This is what the VARK model is. Dr. Witt puts it this way: there's nothing restrictive about a learning style. Just because you prefer to read for informative purposes doesn't mean you can't learn through lecture. This is where many people get it wrong. It's not that someone is specifically one type of learner over another, it's that individuals have preferred learning styles. Dr. Daniel Willingham is a professor of cognitive psychology at the University of Virginia and another respected researcher in the field of learning. He actually categorically states learning styles don't exist. Based on my own investigation, I actually tend to agree with Willingham at the highest level. So far, there just doesn't appear to be valid research or evidence to substantiate most of the instruments and the impacts claimed by learning style proponents. However, this doesn't mean that there is no application or benefit in approaching learning in different modalities. Willingham himself suggests that we think about differences in material and what is being communicated as opposed to thinking about the differences in the learners. He says, let the material be the guide. There's no doubt that seeing something in different ways is going to be good for learning. I actually concur with this assessment and believe that all students could benefit from different styles of instruction in materials. This is actually an important lesson that all teachers, facilitators, instructional designers could benefit from applying to their practice, regardless of their beliefs about learning styles.